Hey everybody, Brian Bauman from Bauman Farms, and today we went to a family farm just down the road from us, Fessler Nursery, where they do a lot of things. But one of the things that they do for us is they take all the little cuttings that we get and they start a lot of them for us because we just don't have time to do all of them. And let me tell you, I'll give you a little tour, but I wanted to come and get a sneak peek because our shade basket class is right around the corner. And they have some of these amazing begonias that are just starting to come up, and a lot of these are brand new. This is a brand new begonia for this year. It's called Eye Candy is the name of the series. This particular one is vanilla cream. It has, as you can see, kind of that really nice, what you would think of a vanilla cream flower. But I'm going to throw up a picture for you. This is a picture I took in Canada last year, and it just had this really beautiful kind of iridescence to the flower, and it had this bicolor look to it, which I thought was so beautiful, so unique, and I'm so excited to try that this year in our shade baskets. This is vanilla cream. There is also another one. This one right here is, I don't even know the names. Lemon yellow is the, look at all these blossoms starting to come up here right now. So pretty. February 7th is our shade basket class. We already have dozens of people signed up for the class, but all you have to do is give us a call, RSVP. You can drop a comment in here too if you want to RSVP for the class. But I'm going to go over all these begonias. I'm going to talk about their different growth habits, ways that they're going to be used in our shade basket program, other plants that I think will pair nicely with it. And in that class, you'll have the opportunity to create your own combination, which we will grow, care for, I'll sing to all winter long. We'll keep an eye on it through our videos. It's a free class. You can come just if you want to hear all the new stuff that's coming this year, but it's also a great opportunity to do some custom baskets in either hanging baskets or in containers. These eye candies are brand new, but I have a lot of other new ones I want to show you. This entire swath of liners are all begonias that are brand new for us this year that we're going to have. We're going to be kind of introducing in our shade basket class, and I can't wait to see. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of blossoms here. I'm going to show you a couple of them that have kind of stood out to me, and it's here at Fessler's, they just do a magnificent job at rooting plants. They have a setup here with the lights, which a lot of these begonias require 14 hours of light right now, and they have to have a certain intensity of light in order to produce. In addition, when these come in, they're literally nothing more than just a little cutting like this. You can see this one just doesn't even have any roots on it yet. Since it doesn't have any roots, all of the water that they get goes through the foliage, and they have to be kept at a certain level of moisture all the time. So they have these watering booms that kind of go back and forth, and sometimes it's every 30 minutes, they're putting just enough moisture on them to keep the leaves soaking up enough. And we just don't have that type of facility at our place to do that. So we're so lucky that these guys are right down the road and can do that for us. Jessica, come on back here because I want to show you this one. This is Begonia Pink Fizz. I looked all over the place for it. And the thing, I'm going to show you a picture. This is a picture I took last year at the trials during the summertime, and it really stood out to me because the flowers on this begonia were pink on the outside and had a really pretty yellow center to it. And I'd never seen anything like that before. All of us were talking about it. It's not widely available. It took me a lot of work to go out and find these, and I grabbed a whole swath of them. Bauman's is going to be one of the only places that you're going to be able to get that begonia in the springtime, and I am so excited to have it as part of our basket program. But there's this whole series, they're called begonias, and the thing that there is kind of upright traditional begonias, there is trailing begonias. These are meant to be a hybrid between the two of them. A lot of times with trailing begonias in baskets, they're beautiful, they get these long but in a heavy wind, they'll snap off. The flowers can get weighted down just so much, they'll break too. If they're just upright, you're not going to get that kind of big ball of flowers that you're looking for. These are going to trail over the edge, more kind of like mound over the edge, and fill up the centers of the basket. And I have this whole line here. They're all brand new this year, and I'm so excited to have them available. The class on February 7th will be your first chance to order them. But as the season goes along, Jessica and me will kind of go out in the greenhouse to give you kind of some sneak peeks as we go of the cool flowers as they start to come out. I spotted a few more of our plants. These are some of the abutilons. These are the trailing abutilons and the upright abutilons that we grow at the farm. Fessler's is rooting it for us. And if you look out over here, I mean, it's just amazing. Every one of these trays has over 100 starts in it, and there are thousands of trays in here. When they come into this farm, it depends on the type of plant, but like a petunia is about every 4 weeks. Comes in, they put it into the soil, they take care of it, and 4 weeks later, it's out the door. Calibrachoas, I think, are 5, begonias 5 or 6, and they're constantly turning them over. These ones are kind of cool. If you get in, you'll notice that the size of the liner is a little bit larger. These are what they call their Trixie liners. They have 3 different types. In this case, it's 3 different types of Calibrachoas all planted into one liner. So if you're a nursery that needs a little help trying to figure out what to grow, or like combinations of plants that work well together, and you don't have a lot of time, they'll start them in a bigger cell with the combo already in it, and then you just drop it into your basket and you're done. The first sun baskets of the year are all put together and already starting to come out, and I'm so excited to see how this is going to turn out. But come on in, I want to show you some of our new combos we're working on this year. This is a new petunia from Proven Winners. It's called Cool Jazz. And I don't know, these are just starting to bloom, so I wanted to get, I think that that's pretty. But in the center here is a brand new Calibrachoa from Proven Winners called Double Grapefruit. And if you look what this is going to look like all together, I'm really hoping that that double grapefruit's going to have that little touch of yellow and a little bit of that pink kind of, I don't even know how you describe that color. It's not quite purple, it's not quite pink, it's almost fluorescent. And I'm hoping that bringing all 3 of those together in this combo is going to be really fun and different and interesting. We also have some of our more traditional combos that are really coming together nicely. This is Super Bell's Coral Sun with, you can kind of see it starting to bloom over here, just royal velvet. Like, how can you go wrong with that petunia? I've loved it since it's the day it came out, but it's a really great combination. And over here, check it out. This is the brand new potato vine for this year called Shadow Storm. It's got that black potato vine with kind of the green speckling on it. Let's see what I decided to put together. So this one has got the black potato vine with a double grapefruit with also some pink scaevola. So a nice variety that's not going to have, for those of you who don't want petunias, the other thing that'll be really nice about this combo is it won't need full direct sun. Part sun will be okay for it. And if you want help kind of walking through all, I mean, it's overwhelming how many different plants and which ones to put together. Like we were talking about with the begonias, we're going to do the shade basket class on February 7th. And then 2 weeks later, February 21st, we're going to do the sun basket class, where I'm going to walk through all of these. I mean, there's a lot. There are hundreds of different plants that we have available to put together in a sun basket. I'm going to kind of walk you through all of them. The class itself is free. It's a great chance to kind of go over all of the different plants that are coming out for this year. But we give you a chance to put together your own custom basket. Based on all that information, I talk about how many plants to put in a sun basket. And like these baskets, for example, were 12-inch. Behind them over there, you can see the 18-inch, the larger baskets. And I talk about how many of each different variety I put together. That class will be streamed live on Facebook as well. So you can, if you're not from around here, you can still follow along. And then on our website, we have all of that stuff laid out. So you can go through and put together your own combination. And if you don't live here, it's also a great opportunity for you to kind of get some information on how those plants grow together, which ones are going to eat the other one alive, and which ones just won't keep up. And you can start planning out your list for spring. But there's some really fun things starting to come together. I'm going to show you a couple more. Jessica and me had talked in the past about some of our window boxes that we do for display, and I'm trying to keep track of them. In the Northwest, growing starts early like this is very different than growing starts early in other parts of the countries. We don't have a lot of light. We're barely getting 10 hours maybe right now. It might even be less than that of intense light. The sun is not very direct. Temperatures are obviously getting cold at night. Even though we've got these greenhouses going and stuff, problems still occur. For example, like potato vine, you can see this is the green Medusa, which came out a couple years ago. These look really good. But you can see if they're damaged a little bit, we're going to have to go through and replace them. Even at the farm, keeping everything going. And then also in the basket, see like how this one's doing really well. This one's not going to make it. So we'll keep an eye on it. Some plants do better early, some plants, petunias, usually not a problem in this weather. Calibrachoas are usually okay, like we can keep them going, but potato vines are very difficult very early on. There's another, this is a plant from Proven Winter called James Britannia. This particular one is called Safari Dusk. All of the different plant growers are coming out with a lot of this James Britannia. You're going to see more and more of that because there is really great color patterns that you don't see in other annual flowers. They work great in baskets, containers, or in the ground, but they're really hard to start early on in the Northwest. So far, so good. This is it right here in this combo, and you can see it's holding up pretty well. It was holding up better than the potato vines. So we really try and keep them warm. We try and cut down on not having too much water, and it's a good way for us to trial them and see how they do, which helps you out in figuring out what to buy early in the spring. For example, potato vines in April, not going to cut it outside. You really need to wait to the end of April, 1st of May in the Northwest in order for that to work for you in your garden, especially because the ground temperatures are just so cold. Petunias, some of those other things will do okay, but I'm excited. I really think this new shadow storm potato vine has been holding up better than I thought it would early on. And I want to show you that new Black Medusa. This is Black Medusa, which is a brand new potato vine coming out this year. And so far, these seem to actually be holding up a little bit better than the green Medusa. But you can see sometimes in the greenhouse, areas where water kind of drips off the greenhouse and stays too wet, you can see like even these shadow storms are not doing well. I'll probably have to move this in order to get it doing better. Salvia is in here, something new for our window boxes this year, kind of having a shoot of color coming out to the top. So you're going to want to stay tuned and see how those come along. But definitely put on your calendars February 7th and February 21st. That's when both of our biggest classes of the year come out. They'll be streamed live on Facebook, so even if you're not here, a great opportunity to kind of walk through all the different plants that we're going to have available and the ones that we're growing. And I also kind of spend a lot of time, the pictures that we see in catalogs and online don't always match reality. A lot of times they've kind of cut and pasted the flowers together. So I'll spend a little more time talking about growth habits and how the plants will play together in a basket. That's going to give you a better picture for your garden than sometimes the things that you'll see along in the catalogs and online. So stay tuned, follow along, subscribe when you get the chance, because we've got a whole bunch more coming your way.